Currently, Stephanie, I see a storm coming, maybe bigger than the storm we had in 2008 to 2010. And really, the reason it could happen without people looking is for a lot of similar reasons that we could get into. But the basic story is the demographic bubble I was looking at way back in '94 that started in 2011. We are right at the first ramp up of this thing. Something remarkable has occurred since 1994 until now, which is entitlement spending, or let me say transfer payments to be a little more correct. Transfer payments, which were 28% in '60 and were 50% when we were in the budget mess in '94. Lo and behold, they've gone up to 67% of government outlays. But they haven't gone up because of demographics. They've gone up because the seniors have a very, very powerful lobby. They keep getting more and more transfer payments from the youth. But the demographic storm is just starting now. In some ways, it reminds me of '05, when people just extrapolated housing prices going up for 50 years. Everyone sort of lives with their rulers in the past and doesn't look at coming changes. So what's going to happen is we now have a working population, this is the way entitlements work, where the current workforce is paying for the benefits of the seniors. Since 2000, we've had about 4.5 to 4.8 workers for every retiree. By 2050, that number will drop to 2.4 workers per retiree. Another catchy way to say it is by 2030, the average population in the United States is going to be older than the average Floridian right now.
You could say at a dinner party, look what senior citizens are doing, stealing from the next generation. Who is going to be the group of people that stop this? Okay,
you asked me why I'm here. And I think people like me and others need to speak out. It's about the future, not about the present where the problem is. And let me just say one thing. I am not against seniors, okay? I love seniors. Unfortunately, I'm going to be one in the not too distant futures. What I'm against is current seniors, to me, stealing from future seniors. Well, you can ignore it until you can't. If you go back to Greece, February of 2010, they had the German credibility umbrella above them. Everything was fine. 2 to 3 weeks later, it was a disaster. If you go back to 2006 here, housing prices have gone up for 50 years. Everything's fine. Markets, they tend to care until they don't. And I'm not about to tell you when this is going to care. I can tell you right now that my 2005 thesis cost me a lot of money in 2006. We were up, but we had one of the more mediocre years in the history of Duquesne because I saw this big storm coming and my timing was off. And I can tell you right now that I don't know, again, if we don't act, I don't know what the timing of when the markets will respond to this, but it will happen. I don't know whether it's going to happen in 1 month, 1 year, 5 years. It could be as long as 10 years, but it will happen because fundamentals are fundamentals.
Well,